And good evening, everybody. Welcome back here to Oxford, Alabama, as we get set for our second game of the day here in the Ozone side of things. And if you missed it, in the first game, South Carolina defeating Oxford, Alabama, the host, 16-1, 15-run rule, 3-inning ball game. Next up here, Mississippi will take on Georgia. Mississippi will be the visiting team. Georgia and the red team, they are out on the field. Let's set up your defensive positions. Nick Haram-Eckert will pitch. Landon Beal will play center. Ty McClintock will play short. Dalton Mayetz catching. Cameron Stallcup in left field. Pierce Perdue at third base. Jake Brownwell, he's at first. Tyler Prosnack, he is in right. And Tim Haram-Eckert will be at second base. So those are your defensive players. For Mississippi, batting first will be Carlos Martin. He'll play center field. Batting second, doing the catching, Lane Steinwinder. Batting third and pitching will be Connor Hale. Batting fourth, playing first base, Peyton Perdue. Batting fifth at short, Nick Green. Batting sixth at second base, Blaine Cossey. Kelton Hosey will bat seventh. Rashawn Keys will bat eighth and play right field. Batting ninth, Charles Sims. Batting 10th, Heath Burkeen. Third base, batting 11th, Hunter Eakes. And batting 12th will be Brady Richards in left field. My name's Chuck Sebastian for JockJive.com. Good afternoon and welcome to the ball game. Glad to have you along as we get ready to roll here. Shout-out number is up there for those of you that would like to text your favorite player, coach, or team, 865-209-9887. Again, 865-209-9887. Text only. Please do not try to call that number. It will not be answered. First pitch is going to be a ball. Second one swung on and fouled off to the left side, and we go 1-1. Now, for those of you going, where's the sound? Unfortunately, the windows do not open here in the press box, so we were unable to get any crowd mics out there. We're hoping maybe they can help us correct that this week somehow, but that is why you're not hearing any sound from the ball game. 2-1. So just follow along with the voice that's in your ear right now, and check out the camera shot. We are about 90 feet from the backstop up here in the press box. There's a ground ball to the mound. Throw over to first. Oh, no, I think he called him safe. Yes, he did. Said he beat it out. So infield single for Carlos Martin.
Now batting number 5, Lane Steinwinder.
Boy, good running there by the young man, really flying down the first base line, and he'll get himself a single on the infield. They throw back over to first. Back in time, though, goes Martin. So Nick on the hill probably thought the same thing everybody else did. What do you mean he was safe? Showing bunt, runner goes. Here's the throw down. Whoa, to the second baseman. He's playing off to the side of the bag, so a stolen base for Martin. And right away, looks like Mississippi is going to want to run. 1-0 count to the left-hander, Steinwinder. Outside, it'll go 2-0. Very warm one outside. Into the 90s. Feels like temperatures into the 90s. Plenty of sunshine. A little bit of wind blowing out to left. Throw back to second. Shortstop covering. Runner back in time. Turning 360. Throwing to the second base bag like that. Very dangerous. You miss that throw. He's standing on third or he's home. Not real confident about that throw to second base. The next pitch inside. It'll back him off the dish. It's 3-0. Connor Hale in the on-deck circle. Hale, of course, will be on the hill as his catcher is at the plate right now. Pulls back, takes the strike on the 3-0 pitch. He was taken all the way, 3-1. On the corner, 4-2. 3-2 now to Lane Steinwinder. Left-hander steps back in on a full count. They'll check the runner at second. Fires the 3-2 pitch. Outside corner, called for a third in the first out of the inning. So with one down, that'll bring up now the pitcher Connor Hale. Hale to the plate from the right side as his catcher strikes out looking. And now Hale will see if he can move the runner from second. Swing and a miss. Hiram Eckert, Nick on the hill. And now a timeout being called between the two umpires. Did he balk, I believe, is the question. So the infield ump and the home plate ump now meeting. Apparently not. I think that was the meeting. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. But like I said, we have no way of getting any audio from down on the field, so I don't know what their discussion was about. Throw down to third as he slides in safely. Throw goes into the outfield. Now here comes the runner, and they'll put up the first run on the board. And Mississippi leads it 1-0 on the error by the catcher who sails that into left field. So stolen base, and then the E2 allows the runner to come home. So Mississippi starts off running right away. Connor Hale now at the plate, nobody on board. I believe an 0-2 count. Swung on, ground ball towards short. Bobbled, doesn't find the handle, and again, another error on the infield, and Georgia not looking very good to start things off here in the top. So defensively, they have let their pitcher down. They're down 1-0. 2 errors on the infield already. A single to start the game, which was really probably a play that was very close at the bag, but beat it out. Runner goes immediately, throw down again, another stolen base. Connor Hale on his way down to second. Pitches a ball outside to Peyton Purdue. Purdue will be the first baseman for Mississippi. He bats from the left side. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1-0 lead here early, just got underway. Nick Green, the shortstop, in the on-deck circle. Swung on, ground ball down the line, and it just goes foul at the last second there. And we'll stay at 1-2. Just about had that one down the right field line. And so Purdue steps back in. Swung on off the handle, and it'll rattle off the back screen there. We'll stay at 1-2. Hard shot to the first baseman off the wrist, and then able to pick it up, step on the bag to get the out. Runner will move down to third. So 2 down.
Now batting number 30, Nick Green.
And the shortstop, Nick Green, will come to the plate. Swings at the first one, foul tipped. Strike 1. Again, those shout-out numbers are 865-209-9887. 865-209-9887. And you can get your shout-out in for team, player, coach. Let us know where you're watching and listening to the game tonight. Ground ball to second base will end the inning. But they do pick up the one run on the one hit. Mississippi leads it 1-0 with Georgia getting ready to come to the plate. Let's put your defense for Mississippi out there. Martin in center field. Behind the plate, Steinwinder. Connor Hale will be on the mound. Peyton Purdue at first. Nick Green at short. Blaine Causey at second. Rashawn Keys in right. Heath Burkeen third base. Brady Richards in left. For Georgia, it'll be the pitcher, Nick Harambe Eckert, batting first. Landon Beal, center field, batting second. Ty McClintock will bat third. And then Dalton May, if one of those three can get on. That is where we're at right now. Want to remind you, don't forget about our Facebook page. It is one of the ways that we keep everybody up to date with what's going on here, not only at the World Series, but with JockJive itself. Make sure you log on to your Facebook page. If you don't have us as a friend, please make sure that you give us a like. We're trying to reach 10,000 likes before the end of the tournament. We're almost there already. We're about 300 shy. So make sure you give us a like and give us a follow. And then we can keep you up to date on everything that's happening with JockJive and with this tournament here at the Dixie Youth World Series. Games, schedules, scores, delays if there are any. Weather, happens a lot, so be prepared for that. That way you'll know if a game is delayed or coming back or how long it's going to be delayed. All of that available through our Facebook page at JockJive. We're also on Twitter at JockJive. That's JockJive. You can get to that also through our social networking widget on our JockJive.com webpage. So all of it available at JockJive.com or just by typing in JockJive on your search engine. Give us a like, and we'll get you set up as a follower of JockJive. So Haram Eckert Nick will step to the plate first to face the right-hander on the hill for Mississippi, Connor Hale. And Nick will come to the bat, looks like from the right side, down 1-0. He'll try to help himself here. And the umpire counts the allotted pitches for warm-up and then says, fire it down, let's play ball.
Batting first in the bottom of the first inning for Georgia. Number 11, Nick Haram Eckert.
So Haram Eckert comes to the plate. And we'll look at his first pitch here from Hale. And he fires into the outside for ball one. Trying to get to the winner's bracket. Got to win 4 in a row to get to that championship game. Not an easy thing to do. Right now, South Carolina has punched their first ticket, so to speak. They won their first game. Down low again. He's a little bit off the zone right now. 3-0. Trying to fix the scoreboard, and it's deciding to do things on its own. It is a 3-0 count. Bottom of the first inning. There we go. 1-0 lead. So now it looks right. Hale got to find that zone here on this pitch. I'm sure it's a take pitch at 3-0. And it is 3-1 as he throws the fastball in there for the strike. Landon Beal, the center fielder, will be in the batter's on-deck circle. And outside, ball 4, so he gives up a walk right off the get-go, and Georgia puts their first runner aboard. Landon Beal, the center fielder, will step in. He'll bat from the left side, and Ty McClintock, the shortstop, will step into the on-deck circle. Let's see if Georgia wants to run. And they do on the first pitch, down to second and in safely. Standing up is Hiram Eckert with a stolen base. And ball 1. Or no, strike 1 will be recorded. So here's Beal now with an 0-1 count. Runner at second. Tries to lay down the bunt, and that's not the pitch you want to take that bunt with. You do want to get over the top and push it down. Is in the right idea. If he's trying to drag bunt, he's dragging that the wrong way. He pushed that towards third base, which may not be a bad idea if third base stays. But if he doesn't and he comes after the ball and he's being covered, then you've got to play at third base to get the lead runner. But on a pitch that you want to bunt, you want to make sure it's a little low and down in the zone so you can get on top of the ball and push it down. He fouls off that pitch. Count stays 0-2 for Landon Beal. Turn around and faked. Runner will dive back into the bag safely. A little bit of shade on the home plate and the dugout side of first. Swung on, slow roller to second, pick up, they'll get the force. The sacrifice will work and move the runner down to third. So that goes 4-3 in your book, 1 out, and a runner down at third base.
Now batting number 27, Ty McClintock.
Ty McClintock, the shortstop now from the right side, will bat with the tying run in scoring position. A 1-0 early lead here for Mississippi. We're in the bottom of the first in game 2 of 3 today. Apparently a little low. The umpire didn't raise the right hand. I mean, he looked at it a long time. I thought he was going to raise the hand, but he did not. There he does on the foul tip. The count will go 1-1. Ball and a strike. Again, beautiful facilities here. They've done a lot of nice work over the last couple weeks getting them ready for this Dixie Youth World Series in a new park. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. The count will now go 1-2. They've got 9 ball diamonds. I believe 4 soccer fields. They've got a man-made lake/pond out here on the complex. They got a big, long walking trail. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. They've done a lot of nice work on this park. Whoa! Knocks him right straight back down with that pitch on the inside, and it goes 2-2. And he just got out of the way of that one. I think he was seeing that pitch on the inside of his eyelid. Outside, and the count will go full, 3-2. So 3-2 count right now. Runner down at third. He'll get his lead. McClintock swing and miss. And he struck him out on a high fastball. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Dalton May. From what I understand, this young man hit a grand slam walk-off to get his team here to the World Series last week. So we have heard he's got some power in the bat. Gets a handle pitch, swings, and fouls it off. We've seen one home run go out in the first game over the center field wall at about the 240 mark is where it landed, if not a little further, but it was a big hit. A 2-run shot for South Carolina. Swings again, got a piece, fouls it off. Straight back on a fastball, 0-2. Cameron Stahlcup in the on-deck circle if Dalton May can get aboard. Dalton trying to find the green right now to bring that runner home. Swinging a high pitch, and he strikes out. So 2 big Ks right there at the end for the Mississippi pitcher, and Georgia leaves a man on. No runs on no hits. And we go to the top of the second inning here on JockJive.com. Stick around. We got more coming up right here. It'll be Causey, Hosey, and Keys when we return. So bottom of the second, or top of the second inning, Mississippi will come back to the plate with the early 1-run lead. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. Of course, want to remind you, if you miss any of the action, you can go back and watch it again and again and again, literally, by going to JockJive.com. Same place you logged on to watch it live. Look under the archives for that game. And it'll be sitting there in the archives, and you can watch it again. And if you like, you can get your own broadcast on a DVD. That's right. You can get your very own DVD of any game that we broadcast during the World Series. Simply email us, info@jockjive.com. We'll get the process started. DVDs, $10 per game plus shipping and handling. Again, that address, info@jockjive.com. Well, we approached a little bit after the hour of 6 here in Oxford, Georgia. Like I said, very warm conditions today. Temperature game time, 88, with a feels-like temperature of 92 and a very light wind blowing out towards left field. And not enough really to cool things down. So it's definitely warm down south. As Blaine Causey will now come to the plate. Causey will start, then Kelton Hosey, and then Rishon Keys for Mississippi in the dark blue, Georgia in the red.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Mississippi, number 24, Blaine Causey.
Ram Eckert will take to the hill one more time here in the top of the second inning. Inside on the corner, strike one called. Nice pitch. Kelton Hosey. Drops a bunt, and it'll roll foul, and it'll be 0-2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Curveball, strike 3. What a pitch. That was really nice. Right down on the inside corner, right at the knees. Caught him looking for the strikeout out, number 1. Kelton Hosey now, the young man who will wear number 7 in tonight's game for Mississippi. He is one of the subs who come to the plate for the first time here in the second inning. He'll bat from the right side. There's that curveball again to start it off. And, boy, right now Nick looks very comfortable on the hill A couple of really nice pitches. Really good moving on the fastball. Good curveball so far. Swing and a miss. That's quickly 0-2. And that strikeout may have been just what he needed to get it going here in the second. He got one early in the first. He's got two of them. Caught them both looking so far. Let's see what he does here with Hosey on an 0-2. Curveball inside corner. Again, same spot. Strikeout number 2. And it's quickly 2 down.
Number 1, Rashawn Keys.
Rashawn Keys now the right fielder. He's going to have to change it up a little bit because the zone is a little smaller here. As Rashawn not as big as the last two batters height-wise. And you can tell the difference on the first pitch as he comes way up top. So he's going to have to figure out a different zone here to come into the little guy from the right side. Swing and a miss there on a fastball. 1-1. He finds it. Curveball, ooh, just missed. Didn't hang on the edge like he wanted it to. 2-1. Got a piece of the handle, fouls it off, and we'll go 2-2. Came inside again, same spot. Let's see if he goes away from the hitter here with the fastball. He has been working the corner very well. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Both of them strike 3 looking. What does he do here? Outside corner, tried to get him to chase, and Keys was able to hold back. Works the count full. 3-2. So with a full count, now he's got to come to it. He does with the fastball, swing and a miss. He strikes out the side, 2 of them looking, the third one swinging. Nice inning there for the young man on the hill, Nick Haram Eckerts. And the third out of the inning. Clear the scoreboard quickly. Bottom of the second, 1-0 lead Mississippi. Georgia will now come to the plate.
For Georgia, pitcher number 11, Nick Haram Eckert, has a total of 32 pitches. 32 pitches.
Stallcup, Purdue, and Jake Brownwell will be the 3 batters coming to the plate. Again, don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, also on Twitter. Check out all the action, hear about all of the things going on with Dixie Youth Baseball in this World Series. We're covering both Ozone and Majors here over on the 5-pod field. Over on the 4-pod field, we've got AAA going on right now. You'll be able to keep up with scores and schedules, and if there are any weather delays, they're expecting some weather to pop through here Sunday and Monday, maybe into Tuesday. So we'll keep you up to date if there are any changes. Games again scheduled for 3:30, 5:45, and 8 p.m. again tomorrow evening before we just go to 2 evening games per day starting on Monday. Those games will start at 5:45 and 8 on Monday. 5:30, 6, and 8 on Tuesday. And then we'll get to the semifinal round, 5:30 and 8 on Wednesday. Championship game, 11 a.m. on Thursday. If game, Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. That's if we have basically 3 teams with just 1 loss each. Then we'll have to work that bye game in there on field 2 right here. 7:30 Thursday night. Ozone World Series champion will be crowned Thursday, either after the 11 a.m. game or the 7:30 p.m. game. So coming to the plate now, Cameron Stallcup, the left fielder for Georgia, down 1-0. And back to work will be Connor Hale, the right-hander. Again, Tennessee winning their game 16-2. South Carolina winning their game over Oxford 16-1. South Carolina doing it in a 15-run rule game in just 3 innings. Ball 1 to Stallcup. Down low, we'll go 2-0. Down low, and he'll go 3-0. So he kind of raises his hands at his coach like, well, not sure why it isn't getting a strike, but he's got to find one here, 3-0. Started off the first guy with a walk. There he gets the pitch in there for the strike. 3-1. Walked the first batter, got the sacrifice ground out, and then 2 strikeouts to end the inning. So doesn't want to start off the same way again, putting a runner on board. Swung on, fouled off back to the screen, and he works a full count on the hitter, and it's 3-2. So we'll be here until Thursday this week, through Thursday, maybe even Thursday evening, with all of the age groups, AAA, Ozone, and Majors. Swung on, ground ball is going to shoot through the hole into left field. Going to be a base hit. Rounding first. Now headed for second as the ball gets by, and he'll stand in with a double. So that ball rolls in between left and center field, and Stallcup down second. Start things off for Georgia again. Down a run. Looking to try to tie it up with another base hit. Pierce Purdue, the third baseman, now to the plate from the right side with nobody out. Outside and low, good stab there by the catcher to hang on to that one. Both the second baseman and the shortstop for Mississippi playing a little cat and mouse with Stallcup out there on the bag. Catcher going to set up on the corner thinking that maybe the runner's going to go. And he pitched it wild to the other side, hits the wall, and come all the way back to the mound. So down to third. That was the wrong corner he set up on. Then he throws behind the batter, and it ricocheted off that small brick wall that's right there at the lower section of home plate, all the way almost back to the mound. 2-0 count on the corner, 2-1. So Georgia with a chance to tie it up right here. 2-1 count. Trying to lay down a bunt, does beautiful. Right down the line at first. First baseman will race over, tag the bag. Sacrifice bunt will score the run. And the ball game is now all tied up, 1 apiece.
Now batting number 4, Jake Brownwell.
Jake Brownwell will now come to the plate. Jake's first time up today. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 count. And on the corner again, 1-1. He's been able to find the corner pitch pretty often, and Hale has done a pretty good job, but unfortunately there gives up the double to start the inning, and they are able to score him on the sacrifice bunt. There's another one on the corner. Quickly 1-2. So when he throws that pitch, he seems to have the hitter off balance a little bit. See if he comes with it a third time. 1-2 pitch. Goes same spot, location, down low. 2-2. Opportunity for Brownwell here to get himself aboard and give Georgia the opportunity to get a lead. Swing and a miss. Nope, popped it up, sorry. He'll stay in there on a 2-2. Got a piece of that one. So we're back 2-2 count. Fouled off again, and he stays in there. So Brownwell fighting hard right now. Pitch on the way. Corner called third. So both pitchers getting a lot of called third strikes, and both of them doing a fine job of finding the corner. Third strikeout for Connor Hale, second out of the inning. That'll bring up Tyler Prosnick. Prosnick is the right fielder. Catcher trying to fix some gear there. Coach was coming out to help, but I think he's got it. I think that's what he told the umpire. Maybe not. Well, maybe not. Maybe there was something that got a piece of something in the eye, maybe some dirt in the eye. Or maybe a cut or something. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. I can say we're a good 95 feet away at least from the plate or better. Because of it's a 5-pot, it's a different shape here, so we're a little further than we usually are from the backstop. Hence the reason for the picture as well, that it's not as up close and personal as we'd like it to be for you folks, for the infield and the outfield. Really kind of tough to see out there. And then they've got these awnings for the stands that kind of block the view up here from the press box. So there are a few things that restrict our visibility here. But I can't tell if it was a dirt in the eye or something that happened to him and with the gear or what. But they're going to give him a few pitches, though. Make sure he can see and he's ready to go. It may have been something. I don't know if the young man wears glasses either. Umpire checking with him now. Or does he have? Or does the young man have a bloody nose? That might be it too. I don't know. And they're going to have to make a change here because I believe it's a bloody nose or something, maybe. So they've called timeout again. And trying to get this young man some attention so he doesn't have to go through this. So I believe they've ran and got some baseballs for the home plate umpire, and I think they're working on the young man. We'll take a break.
She's frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. For 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his
and that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The problem was, looks like we've got it fixed and we are back here ready to go. So Tyler Prosnick back to the plate. 2 down. He'll step in. Swung on, got a piece, fouls it off, back to the screen. Lane Steinwinder is behind the plate for Mississippi. We're not sure bloody nose, contact, what it was. It was kind of hard to see from our vantage point what they were working on, but finally got it fixed, and he's back out there and ready to go. That pitch is a little outside, and the count will go a ball and a strike. We've got one more game coming up for you tonight. Scheduled first pitch is at 8 p.m. It'll be the late game under the lights. And now we'll go to 2-1, and I don't think the temperature is really going to be that much cooler for these boys, as we still sit at 88 here in Oxford, Alabama. Fastball, and again, missed, didn't like it, pounds the glove, and it's 3-1. And Hale now has to come to the hitter, Prosnack. Time is called. Three and one is the count. That's what I've got, and I'm not sure if he was arguing the count or what, but I think he thought it was ball 4. The umpire now directing the young man to get in the box. He's only thrown 4 pitches. One of them was a strike. And there's strike 2 right there on the corner as he doesn't swing. And now we got timeout again. And the coach calling timeout. And we get a timeout, and are we changing pitchers already? So it looks like we're going to change pitchers here with a 3-2 count, 2 outs, and we'll come back in just a moment, find out why. I can't believe that he was already at that amount, but Mississippi going to change their pitchers. Stay tuned. We'll be back. So he apparently was at 40, so they'll take him out. And, boy, tough position for this young man to come in with a 3-2 count. He's got to take over. Blaine Causey, who was at second base, is now coming in on a 3-2 count. And he's got to come in and throw a strike. As the first young man on the hill, Connor Hale, has 40 pitches, and they'll want to be able to use him some more, so they take him out and they put up Causey. So Blaine will take over now. And the count stays at 3-2. Mississippi and Georgia battle here in the bottom of the second inning. And they'll give warm-up tosses for Causey as much as he needs. Make sure to join us all week long and stay abreast of all of the action here at the Dixie Youth Baseball World Series by becoming a friend on Facebook with us. That's right. Check it out. Make sure you give us a like as well. We'll like you back, and make sure to check that follow box so you can continue to keep up to date with everything. Lane Causey will come in. He will start with a full count against Tyler Prosnack. After all that, Prosnack then turns around and steps out of the box. Here we go, 3-2. And the first pitch is going to be down and away. And unfortunately, in that situation, that, like I said, is not fair, I don't believe at all. You know, you should revert back to let the kid finish the at bat and then revert back to the number or something. I don't know. They were talking about it this morning, heard some of the directors and stuff, maybe putting the initiative back on the meetings and try to rediscuss the pitch count rules and maybe change them up a little bit so there's certain things that'll happen. But it's not easy. Now, ball delivered. Then the umpire from the infield goes and tells the young man on the mound about the balk rule and makes sure he understands what he's doing, throws over to first. And they usually give him a little help out there because they are youngsters. Tim Haran Eckert is at the plate. Swings off the handle, headed towards right field, slid over, throwing from down on the ground from second to first to get the out. What a play. Nicely done. And so they'll hang the runner over there at first. We have completed 2. We're going to top of 3. It is a 1-1 ball game with Mississippi coming to the plate right here on JockJive.com.
Mississippi pitcher number 24, Blaine Causey, had 3 pitches. That is 3 pitches.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Charles Sims will lead things off, followed by Heath Burkeen and Hunter Eakes for Mississippi as we go to the top of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game. And the first pitch is a strike on the corner. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2. Sims got a ground ball to short. Throw over to first is in time for the out. First out of the inning. And of course, in the last inning, you saw the work of the young man on the hill with striking out the side. 2 by looking, 1 by swinging. Ram Eckert on the hill for inning number 3. Curveball missed. Ball 1. Swung on ground ball to second base. Picked up, flipped the first for the out. And quickly, 2 up, 2 away. Again, that shout-out number is up on the scoreboard there at 865-209-9887. You want to text a shout-out to a player, coach, team, 865-209-9887. Here's Hunter Eakes. Looked like he was going to bunt, and the third baseman come flying in. 1-0 on the count. 1-1 on the scoreboard. And again, this time strike on the corner, 1-1. So Eakes looks like he's going to lay down a bunt, and third baseman for Georgia is coming in very quickly. I hope he doesn't slap one at him. Purdue going to get hurt if that ball comes flying back at him like that. Missing on that pitch, and the count will go 2-1. Timeout being called. Coach out to the hill. I believe that is going to be it for the young man on the hill, because he is now at 40. So Hiram Eckert will come off the hill, and I believe we'll get a new pitcher. So we'll take a break and come back.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Klinsky. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over.
So Tyler McClintock will leave the shortstop spots, and he will come in and pitch now. The right-hander will take over after 40 pitches has been reached by Nick Hiram Eckert. And we get a shout-out. Good luck, Dalton May and the Georgia team. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. Glad you're tuned in and listening to tonight's ball game. Again, one more game coming up yet here at 8 o'clock. And that game will feature the other Alabama team and Florida coming up here at 8 p.m. Florida will be the home team. Alabama will be the visiting team.
Georgia pitcher number 11, Nick Hiram Eckert, had 40 pitches.
So Nick Hiram Eckert with 40 pitches will leave the game, so he does not have to have any limited or a long time of rest in between. He'll be able to go again tomorrow. You can go 40 every day all the way through the tournament if you can. I don't know if your arm will be very good by Thursday, but you could. Swung on and fouled off, and the count will now go 2-2 on Hunter Eakes. Oh, behind the back, 3-2. So just your pitcher and shortstop switch spots there. McClintock comes to pitch. Hiram Eckert goes to short. Full count, 3-2, 2 down. Pitch on the way, swung on, popped up, center field, deep, and that ball is gone. He just got it over the center field fence, and it's a home run for Hunter Eakes on a 3-2 pitch. And this ball game has just changed. A 2-1 lead now for Mississippi as they get it back. Didn't look like it was going to clear the fence. Center fielder turns around, watched it just barely go over the yellow top. And a timeout going to be called immediately by the Georgia coach. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. And maybe a little early to go to the mound. You have to learn to shake it off, so to speak, and go after the next one. I mean, those are things that are going to happen. Kid's going to get a hold of one. He tagged it. It's going to go. Maybe the coach saw something that he was throwing or released and is telling him, hey, you know, this is what you did wrong or whatever. But usually that is a catcher's job, so that'll be a mound visit. If you go more than once, if you go twice, then you got to make a change. So Brady Richards, last man in the order here for Mississippi, the 12th man, will step to the plate. And whoops, hails that first pitch way over everything, all the way to the backstop, and it's 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And there's a strike on the inside corner. The count will go to 2-1 with 2 down. 2-1 lead now. Mississippi gets the lead back with the home run ball. Way outside, and the count will go 3-1. Brady Richards looking to get himself on board here. 3-1 count. It's on the green light here, I'm sure. Make it or break it. And a good pitch there gets the count to 3-2. That is called a rake and take pitch. If it's there, you rake it. If not, you take it. And boy, he should have been swinging in that one. Another one. Swung on that one, pops it high into left field. That ball is caught out in left field. Like I said, we're screened a little bit, so tough to see. They did make the third out, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-1 ball game now. Georgia leads it after the home run ball.
Just about all white, Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Klinsky. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over.
Going to the bottom of the third inning, Georgia finds themselves down by a run after the home run, and they'll go 10, 11, and 12 in the order. It'll be Adams, Chong, and Garnto coming to the plate. Dalton Adams, Daniel Chong, and Mason Garnto to the plate. Coming up next, and back to work. We'll go McClintock on the hill for Mississippi. Came in the last inning. No, actually, no. I'm sorry.
Georgia, number 24, Dalton Adams.
McClintock on the mound for Georgia. I'm sorry, on the mound for Mississippi is Blaine Causey. My apologies. Blaine Causey back to the work. And the first pitch apparently missed, ball 1. So some shade trying to make its way out of the field from the bleacher covers on the right side and on the left side now here on our field as the sun begins to set here in Oxford. Lights on at the ball field, of course, getting ready for the night game. Swung on line shot, hits the first baseman's glove, knocked down, and then tags the bag. Unassisted for out number 1. So Adams will go down. Daniel Chong will now come to the plate. Daniel will bat from the right side. Oh, tried to come submarine style there, and boy, he was way off the hill when he released that. I'm not sure if he was trying something different or just lost his footing, but he'll go 1-0. Swung on and fouled off. 1 ball and a strike. Now 1-2. And behind him, 2-2. It's twice now he's tried to go with that submarine sidearm style pitch and hasn't been able to control it yet. And sometimes these kids trying to learn these things that maybe they shouldn't be throwing. Those are pitches that really take a lot more wear and tear on your arm. Comes across and just missed there, and the count will go full at 3-2. Whoa. And he's going to end up with a walk. So down to first he'll go. Runner aboard again for Georgia. Keeping the game close. They're within a run, and that run, the tying run now, is at first base for Mason Garnto. Garnto's first opportunity to the plate. 12th man in the order. That means everybody will have batted at least once for Georgia and fulfilled the requirements. They've also done their substitutions by now, and they're set to go. Swung on, popped to the right side, given chase, but out of play, and it'll be strike 1. On the corner. Quickly 0-2 now to Garnto. Causey looks in, gets the pitch. Big bender missed on the corner. It's like he tried to aim it again, not throwing what he's trying to throw there, and looking into the dugout. Time is called. Well, apparently our young catcher is having some problems again going back over to the dugout. I don't know if it's eye contact, nose problem, what it is, but this poor young guy's twice now he's had to head to the dugout to get looked at. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back as soon as he comes back. A 2-1 game right now. Georgia down by a run, but they got the runner at first to try to tie the ball game. We are in the bottom of the third inning.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Well, it looks like they're going to make a change from behind the plate now, and Heath Burkeen is going to come off the bag at third and go and catch. Not really sure what was going on with Lane Steinwinder. Like I said, without the audio availability to us, so we can't really hear down there on the field what's happening. But we do know that there is a change being made, and Burkeen, once he has the gear on, he'll come behind the plate for Mississippi, and we'll get back to action here. Just to recap, 2-1 lead, a big, huge home run there by Hunter Eakes on a full count in the third inning for Mississippi. Got them that 2-1 lead. Count is 1-2 on the batter, Mason Garnto. Daniel Chong is down at first after a walk with 1 out. So that is where we are, and Burkeen now is out behind the plate, and he'll get set and get a couple of pitches and ready to go. Again, so the catcher comes out of the game. We feel it might have been maybe a contact problem or something of that nature, but they kept reaching up towards the eyes and the nose area. And we're really not sure why, but again, just a guess. 1, 2, 1 out. And Garnto back to the plate with a 1-2 count. Not a pitching change, a catching change on this one. And ready to deliver is Cowsey. Ground ball, slowly rolling to first. Flips it over to the second baseman, who has to find the bag and does. So it'll actually go 3-4 in your book for the second out. And it'll move the runner Chong down to second. Top of the order now. Everybody has batted for Georgia, so they'll go to their final 9 now, and they'll bat 9 from here out. Hiram Eckert, who started the game on the mound, Nick, is at the plate. Walked, stole a base, and ended up at third. Got stranded out there. They turn and fire to second. Runner goes back in time. Boy, Georgia leading off, and like I said, I just don't like the turn around and throw to second. I think there's too many things that can factor into a big mistake there, and you put the runner up a little further and closer to home. There's the wild pitch, and now he's down to third. And maybe just on lack of concentration on the batter, worrying about the runner at second with 2 out, and you don't have to. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Ram Eckert with an opportunity for Georgia to get it tied up here with a base hit. Ooh, just missed on a fastball, 2-1. The umpire has a very peculiar plate look as he really bends quite a way over there to get into that zone. I believe 2-0 is what he held up. Maybe I added one in there. Now 3-0. So now another pitch on the way, and he's got to make it a strike here. 3-0 pitch, way outside, and a walk will be given up. And he'll put runners on the corner at first and third. So twice tonight, Ram Eckert has been on base by the walk. He stole a base back in the first inning, got down to second. I'm sure he's going again. I would assume they will let him go and take second, as the catcher's out giving signals on the infield right now. And that's my guess, is they're going to let him go to second. Maybe they'll make a play on him with 2 outs. I doubt it, though, because their runner can come home and score. Here's Landon Beal, who sacrificed his first time up. Big lead off a first, sweep tag, and no, back in time. Again, this is really dangerous to play a base runner here. Again, fired over. He's got a good move to first. I'll give him that. He's got a great move, but boy, 2 outs, I'm pitching to the kid. Let your infielders get you the third out. Runner goes. There'll be no throw. Strike called. You knew he was going to go anyway. At least you're trying to get him. With a couple of pickoff moves, didn't happen. Now you can concentrate. Second and third, 2 down. Strike 1. Swung on, popped up. This will come back out of play. And an 0-2 pitch coming up here to Beal with 2 down. Georgia with 2 runners aboard, second and third. An opportunity here to get the lead or tie it up. Whoa, inside and hit him, and now you've loaded the bases. So an 0-2 pitch ends up taking a piece of the leg there of Beal as he was trying to do everything he could to get out of the way, and he was caught in an awkward position lifting the leg. Next game's supposed to start at 8.
Now batting number 27, Todd McClintock.
So about an hour away from that one. Here's Tyler McClintock now, who's on the mound for Georgia. A chance to help himself. Struck out the first time today in the first inning. Curveball inside, tight ball 1. Of course, he struck out when he faced Connor Hale. First time to face Blaine Causey. And inside, and this time, though, the umpire says strike 1, 1-1. Ground ball to the shortstop, who will tag the bag for the force. And that'll be it. So they don't get anything out of it. They get the third out. We'll clear the scoreboard and the bases, and we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. So we're halfway through in this 2-1 ball game, and right now Mississippi leads it. Mississippi coming to the plate next.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center fielder.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
So we're back here to get ready for the top of the 4th inning. 3 innings to go here in a very tight ball game, 2-1. Again, if you win, you move on. And you would play tomorrow at 8 p.m. against the winner of Texas and North Carolina. That game going on as we speak. If you lose, you will play at 3:30 tomorrow against the loser of Texas and North Carolina. So we'll see what happens here. So you either get an 8 o'clock game at night or a 3:30 game in the early afternoon. And I'm sure that either team would love to have the 8 o'clock game because that means you got the win and you're one step closer. Like I said, if you get 4, you assure yourself a chance to go to the championship game. 4 in a row. 1 win a day. Top of the order, Carlos Martin getting set to come to the plate. Martin will face Ty McClintock on the hill for Georgia. Came in a little while ago. Martin, single, 2 stolen bases, and then an error on the catcher allowed him to score the run. Takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Two-one. The sun probably right in the eyes of the third baseman, maybe the shortstop and left fielder, as it starts to set over there on the other diamond. And glare coming in here on our side off the window as well, so making it a little difficult to see at times. 3-1, I believe, is what he's holding up there, the umpire, on Carlos Martin. Lane Steinwinder in the on-deck circle. Swing and fouled off, and we'll go full. 3-2. And outside, and we'll start it off with a walk to Martin, who singled his first time up. With great speed, we know he can run, and he likes to run. So look for him to try to probably take off and tag a bag early. Here's Steinwinder, who had the trouble behind the plate and was replaced. Shows bunt. And they almost had him caught. Martin led and then leaned and then got jammed. The pitcher never made the throw over to first. Had he makes the throw, he's probably out. As he dove back in, still down on the ground, thinking about that one. He got lucky. Steinwinder chops that one and rolls down towards third. They'll move the runner. He'll run second. Stops it about short, falls down, heads back to the bag, now caught in a rundown. In between second and third. They'll run him back to second. He will slide underneath, and he's safe. Boy, he is really playing with a little fire out there right now. One away, runner at second. He was almost caught again. As he rounded second, he was going to head for third because he knew the throw was going to first. And I don't know if he slipped, lost his footing or what. Right about where the shortstop is, he had to turn and try to go back, and then he got caught in the rundown. He's able to get underneath. Connor Hale now to the plate. Got on by an error by the shortstop the first time up. Shortstop is now the pitcher. That's Tyler McClintock, who's on the hill. So Hale with the opportunity to try to move the runner. A 2-1 lead. Fouls it straight back. And the count will go 1 ball, 1 strike. Peyton Purdue in the on-deck circle. And a strike called on the corner, 1-2. Nice pitch. Foul tipped. Whoa. Got a piece of the helmet there, knocked him down. He jumps right up and he's ready to go, though. Runner has to go back. He was hit by the pitch. It'd be a dead ball. He's not allowed to move. So first and second, 1 out. Peyton Purdue back to the plate. Grounded to first the first time up.
Now batting number 16, Peyton Purdue.
They'll hold the runner at first in Hale. Purdue steps in from the left side. Opportunity for Mississippi to plate a couple of runs here with a good base hit. Inside and tight, ball 1. There goes the runner to third. Throw down is held on to by the third baseman. Then the other runner, Connor Hale, takes off for second. Ends up being a double steal. Count goes to a ball and a strike with 1 out. Runners at second and third now for Purdue. Nick Green in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. Purdue, the 4th man in the order. They'll look for some production here. Just missed on the corner. 2-2. Checking the count with the umpire. Purdue steps back in. 2-2 count. Cleanup hitter. Swing and a miss. Apparently now 2-2. Jumped the gun. Must have got a piece of it. 2-2. 2-2. Oh, curveball didn't break down, and the count will go full. He's trying to throw a little bit of a bend there to come up and come down at the plate, but it stayed up. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled off, and out of play, and off the screen. We'll do it again. Three balls, two strikes, one out, 2-1 ball game in the fourth here in the top half for Mississippi. Runners aboard second and third. And outside, ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. So we start off with the walk, sacrifice, hit by pitch, and another walk. And now you've loaded the bases with one out for Nick Green, who grounded out to second his first time up. Mississippi looking for something in the grass. Georgia looking for something on the ground that can turn two with. Grounded back to the screen. Stepping across the plate, he's safe. So it's now 3-1 on a bad pitch there that skipped away. And Nick Green gets called over by the coach. The coach for Georgia back out to the hill to talk with his players. And the umpire headed out to the mound to break up the conversation. A 3-1 ball game. Mississippi leads it. Two-0. Again, it is a text-only shout-out number, folks. If you try to call it, it will not connect. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Step off the mound and look the runners back. Again, runners at second and third for Mississippi with only one out, 2-1 count on the hitter. Swung on, popped off the screen, caught, but screen is out of play, so it's 2-2. Swung on, curveball popped up, and this will get out of play. Yeah, we'll do it again, 2-2. Three-1 lead. Swung on, fouled off again off the screen. Hanging in there is Nick Green, making the young man on the hill work. Outside, 3-2. Pitch on the way, popped straight up high in the infield. Shortstop will call for it, make the catch for 2 down. So Green flies out for the second out in the inning. And now to the plate will be Blaine Causey. Causey, who took over on the hill, can help himself here. He's got a 2-run lead, would like to increase it with a base hit. 3-1 right now, Mississippi in the fourth. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Swung on, off the fence, fouled off, strike one. Up high, 1-1. Umpire going out to help the young man on the hill a little bit. Low, 2-1. 2-1, 2 outs, 3-1 lead, fourth inning. Timeouts, and I believe that's going to be 40 for McClintock, so we're going to get a pitching change with a 2-1 count. McClintock will come off the hill, and while we do that, we'll take a break. So a pitching change again for Georgia. We'll be back. Stay there.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center fielder.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
A championship T-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
So the warm-up tosses have been completed. We've got a pitching change. John McClintock leaves the mound, and Cameron Stallcup will come in. Stallcup will take over on the hill. 2-1 count against Blaine Causey, with runners at second and third and 2 down. Again, once they get to that 40 mark, they take them out so they can use them again the next day. Fouled off against the screen, count to go 2-2. If you go 41, then you've got to rest. I believe it's 36 hours from the time you leave the hill, so they don't want to get into that aspect. So I want to let these kids be able to pitch every day if possible, if they can hang that long. It's a lot on an arm, though. I mean, you think about it. You know, you could go 6 days at 40 pitches. It's 240 pitches in the week. That's still a lot. Bouncer back to the hill. They'll go home. He slides under the tag. And the catcher yelling, why didn't you go to first? You had 2 outs. And again, that's the problem. He comes from a different position. He comes from the outfield. He comes onto the hill. He needs to remind himself, if the ball comes back to me, what do I do? But his players have got to be talking to him. They don't. The run comes home. Connor Hale scores. It'll be a fielder's choice, and Causey down at first, and it's first and third, and it's now 4-1. A very costly mistake there for the Georgia team. Could have been out of the inning. Swing, ground ball. Shortstop come over with a great play in front of the second base bag. He will flip it to first to get the final out. But again, Mississippi picks up 2. Go to the bottom of the 4th. 4-1 right now here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center fielder.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The bottom of the 4th inning here at Chocoloco Park in Oxford, Alabama. And it'll be Georgia coming to the plate. They find themselves down by 3 runs. Dalton May, Cameron Stalkup, and Pierce Purdue will come to the plate. Now, for those of you that are getting prepared for the 8 o'clock game coming up tonight at 8, it is going to be Alabama and Florida. That one's probably going to start a little after 8 now. We're at 7:23 right now, and it'll take them some time to clean up the field and get it ready to go. And this one not over yet. Again, Georgia, the home team, still has plenty of time to work with. They've got basically 3 cracks at it. So 9 outs to work with. Mississippi with a 3-run lead. So May, Stalkup, and Purdue, as the sun finally gets behind the trees and the field completely in the shade now. No sun in the eyes now, and the lights will start to take effect. And the first fastball is down and low. So May, as we told you, we were told hit a grand slam walk-off to get his team to the World Series. Struck out his first time up. Comes to the plate to try to redeem himself. And sometimes what happens with the younger guys and gals is they get that big hit like that, you know, the grand slam, and then they go to the plate and they think they can hit it all the time. And they overswing and they don't concentrate on just trying to put the ball in play. 2-1. Not saying that's what he's doing, but his swing looks pretty wicked and not very controlled right now. Inside and called strike 2, didn't like the call and kind of jumps out of the box. 2-2 now. And when a player gets frustrated with an ump's call, then you've got to do what the coach is doing right now. Come in, grab him, calm him down, say, look, just get me a hit. You can't win the ball game with a home run right now. You've got to play as a team, and you've got to pick up a couple of runs. So just go out there, put the ball in play, get yourself on board, and let the rest of the guys move you around. Yeah, a home run would be nice, but we got nobody on base, and it doesn't really change the scoreboard that much. You're late in the game, you need base runners. 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swung on, popped up high and out of play and out of the way. It will stay at 2-2. Off the end of the bat, Annie Yang's in there. You can see that big cloud out in center field. It's got that yellow sunshine still shining on it. It's kind of cool looking. Like I said, a very beautiful park here. Really neat, really designed with a lot of thinking about who would be coming to the game type situations. 3-2. The only flaw is that A little tough to see with those awnings over the grandstands to keep the folks dry in case of rain. It's from the press box view. If we were closer, it wouldn't be no problem. All four given up, and we'll walk our first batter down for Georgia. So May will get on courtesy of a walk. And now Stallcup, who is on the hill for his team, will come to the plate to try to help himself. He got on with a double and did score a run. The only one for Georgia so far. Swung on, popped up, left side. It'll go out of play.
Now batting number 1, Cameron Stalker.
Over to first, diving back in. Pitches outside. I don't know if he was going to attempt to throw that down or not. Runner was already gone. Pitcher reached up and knocks it down. Runner at second. 1 ball, 1 strike. So May moves down to second base. Swing and a miss there. And the count will go 1-2. Alabama and Florida getting ready for game 3 here, our last one of the night. Arriving, and will now await this one to finish out. Try to throw back to second base. It was close, but again, that's about the third time we've seen it in this game. Boy, they live on the edge there. And a little dribbler towards the hill to move the runner to third. Out is registered. 1-3. Purdue will come to the plate now. Runner at third. 1 out. Pierce hit into a sacrifice his first time up. Sacrifice bunt. Right down the line to the first baseman. And he helped to score Cameron Stallcup. Takes a strike on the first pitch. Bunt again. Lays it down the first base line, but it goes foul as they're trying to squeeze in the run. And now 0-2 to Purdue, and I don't think he'll be laying it down this time. Swung on, fouled off. Catchers have been able to grab these balls off the screen pretty good today. It's a pretty good ricochet. That must be a pretty tight screen up there behind home plate. We'll try 0-2 again. On the corner, trying to get him to chase one, didn't work. 1-2. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning in a 4-1 game. Time is called for a catcher gear problem. 2-2 count. Swing, and boy, he swung himself out of his shoes on that one. Strikeout recorded. That's 2 down. Brunwell struck out looking his first time up. Strike on the first one. Swung on, popped up towards right field. Be in play. So a base hit there for Brunwell. Or foul ball, one or the other. No, base hit. He's down at first. Like I say, screened on that one, couldn't see it. So and it did score the run, so it is now a 4-2 ball game on the base hit. So May will score, and they cut the lead in half.
Number 7,
Tyler Prosnack now will come to the plate. Struck out looking walked his first time up. Throw over to first, threw it away, runner down to second. And again, trying the pickoff play, it does not work. And now you move the runner closer. Timeout being called. The coach from Mississippi calling everybody in. 4-2 ball game. We're coming back. Stay tuned.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And the umpire quickly out there to break up that conference. Knows there's another game yet to go. Wants to get him moving. Tyler Prosnack at the plate. Swung on, popped up, and out of play as he reached for that one. 2 outs here. And a runner at second. Wild pitch down to third now. The runner will go. So you threw over once to get him, put him at second. Now you wild pitch, and now you put him at third, and now they're within a run. And this is what I keep saying about pickoffs and swing arounds to try to throw to second. This is all happening with 2 outs. Swing late, grounded foul, 1-2. Two innings left to work with, plus the out here in this inning, and a 4-2 ball game right now. Mississippi over Georgia. Very tight ball game considering the first 2 games that came in today from the Ozone League. A 16-1 and a 16-2 ball game. Now 2-2. Way side. And the catcher now getting a little frustrated. And the catcher jumps up. Doesn't help, you know. Steinwinder in behind the plate for Mississippi, back at it, and didn't like that pitch there from Causey, and I don't know if it was what he called or what he didn't call or something. Something didn't go right, but he was not happy. Wild pitch off the catcher's glove, down to first on the walk. The run can score because it is a live ball. And now again, a whole different story as it ends up 4-3. Mississippi out front, but Georgia now with a runner at first.
Now batting for Georgia, 0-0, Tim Harold-Eckert.
Tim Haram-Eckert comes to the plate now, down just a run. That run is over at first base. And again, coach checking at something with home plate umpire now heading down to first. And now a discussion. First it was down at first base, now discussion at the plate, and now back to the dugout by the defensive coach. So I'm not sure what that was all about, to be honest with you. Swung on, popped up, right side, first base calling for it, puts up the glove, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. That'll end the inning, but they do pick up the one run. It is now a 4-3 ball game as we head for the top of the fifth inning here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her two on his six.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
A championship T-shirt.
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Six outs apiece for both teams to work with as we go into the top of the fifth inning here for Mississippi. And let's see what they do in the order here. Should be Rashawn Keys coming to the plate. They lead it by one. One in the first, two in the fourth. And one in the third. Sean Keys will come to the plate. He struck out his first time up.
How about Mississippi number 1, Rashawn Keys?
Swing and a miss, strike one. Down and tied inside, 1-1. Down low, 21. Keys trying to get aboard for Mississippi, get a base runner, get that lead back. They've got it by 1, but that's not comfortable. This time they've taken the lead. Georgia's come right back on their heels. Two and one count. And apparently having trouble on the hill with the grooming of the mound. So coach comes out to help. So he's trying to fix it. And now we're back to work. 2-1. And low again, 3-1. So in trouble and threatening to walk the first batter is Stallcup with a 3-1 count. He's up high, and he will walk him, so he'll put a man on first to start the inning, not what he wanted to do. Do those. Can we do those lights instead so it doesn't reflect the window?
Which ones do you want to use?
The ones behind. Or do they go all the way around?
I'll check and see.
Charles Sims to the plate now. Runner's going to go to second, throw down, and he'll slide in safely with a stolen base. Sims with a strike against him, runner down at second.
You don't like that one? You want that one?
Yeah, it'll work. Just as it gets darker, it'll be a little more reflective. But yeah, that's fine. Charles Martin now steps in. Or Carlos Martin, sorry. Runner at second, one down. Martin takes ball one. And they'll step off and looking back. There's Rashawn Keys down there at second base. He definitely looking to try to take three. Outside, looking like maybe a pitch out. Didn't go, and it's 2-0. Swung on, miss, 2-1. 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Martin. He's walked, singled, scored 2 runs. Trying to get the runner moving down at second in Keys. They lead it by a run here in the 5th. Swung on, a little blooper into center field. It'll be caught for out number 2. So with 2 down, it'll bring up Lane Steinwinder. Lane with a sacrifice and a strikeout looking tonight. Comes to the plate from the left side. That runner is still out at second base. 2 down. Ball up top. 1-0 on the outside. Again, one more game coming up yet. Stick around. Florida, Alabama. That one will start as soon as this one is finished and they get the field repaired and cleaned up and relined. Probably about 20 minutes after the finish of this one, maybe 25. Swung on, popped up, shallow center field, moving over, making the catch. And a quick inning of work there for the Georgia pitcher. Strands a runner. Gets the 3rd out. We'll go bottom of 5, and Georgia coming to the plate down by a run right here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. This one moving along somewhat slowly as we started this game. Pretty close to on time, 5:45. It is now 7:51, so 2 hours and 5 minutes into this game. This is going to slow down for the nightcap that was supposed to start at 8 p.m. between the folks of Florida and the folks of Alabama and Louisiana and Virginia would be on the other field. So we'll wait and see what happens as the lights are on fully. You can see that. Temperature hasn't dropped much, just a few degrees, still sitting in the mid-80s. Bottom of the 5th. It'll be Haram Eckert, Beal and McClintock coming to the plate for Georgia. And Nick is 2 walks tonight. He's been on base both times. Got to third once and to second once and was left there. So he's not been able to get past third base and he's been left out there to hang to dry, so to speak. But 2 walks. He's been on base both times, so his on-base percentage looked good. Unfortunately, just haven't been able to plate him yet. He'll start things off here. Georgia down by a run, 6 outs to work with. First pitch is a strike. Swing fouled off, and now to go 0-2. Nick Haram Eckert, who started the game on the hill for Georgia. Finds himself in an 0-2 count. Swung on, ground ball to short, couple of hops. Throw over to first in time for the out. 1 up, 1 away. Landon Beal will now come to the plate. Landon was hit by a pitch and sacrificed back in the first inning. 1 out. Swings at the first one, hits it deep center field. It's going to go off the wall. Rounding first, headed for a double and sliding in safely. Beal with a 2-bagger. And puts the tying run down at second for Georgia. Here's McClintock, who has struck out and hit a ball to the shortstop to end an inning.
Batting for Georgia, number 27, Ty McClintock.
So with 1 down and that runner at second base, the tying run right now for Georgia. We'll see what Ty can do. Swing and a miss. Straight up on the infield. Call him forward first base. Underneath it. And will make the catch. And one thing, folks, if you saw the young man, he did not even run to the first base bag. He did not run out the hit. He just watched the guy catch it. That's a no-no on most coaches' teams. Most coaches will say, run it out. I don't care what it is. And Ty did not do that. 2 down. Dalton May. Walk and a run scored and a strikeout today. Well, now they'd love to see his power, but again, you don't want to overswing. You just plate one and put it in the grass. But that one's deep. That one might be the swing, and it is. It's gone. That's what he wanted earlier. He was swinging for the fence for the first 2 times. This time he tallies one. He'll touch them all for a 2-run shot, and that'll give Georgia the lead. Big home run. I mean, he got all of that, no doubt about it, when it left the bat. 2-run shot. It is now 5-4, and Georgia takes the lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning on the big home run by Dalton May. So he has shown up twice now for his squad. Once last week with a big walk-off grand slam. Tonight here in Game 1 with a 2-run shot. His team now in the lead by a score of 5-4. Stallcup now to the plate. And that home run happens with 2 outs in the inning. First pitch is ball 1. So now Mississippi will have 3 outs to work with in the top of the 6th, down a run. And Georgia has just changed the scoreboard in the bottom of the 5th to their advantage. And time is called as the coach going to go out and chat with his pitcher, Blaine Causey, on the hill. 2-0 count. And the chat broken up, and we're ready to go. And the umpire signaling the visit to the mound. 2-0 count to Cameron Stallcup. And outside, and he now works a 3-0 count, so Georgia looking to put another runner aboard. Florida, Alabama waiting to get on the field next. They won't be able to do it yet. There's ball 4. And down to first goes Stallcup with a walk. Here's Purdue. Sacrifice. Bunt and a strikeout tonight. 0 for 2. And this time, second visit. That means it'll be done for Causey. He'll come off the hill, and we'll replace him. We'll get a new pitcher when we come back right here on JockJive.com.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Warm-up pitches being tossed by our new pitcher on the hill for Mississippi, and that'll be Rashawn Keys, who was out in right field. He'll come on now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Georgia has taken the lead on a 2-run shot by Dalton May. Mississippi will get their at-bat in the top of the 6th. They'll have 3 outs to work with, down a run right now, pending the outcome of this inning. Cameron Stallcup, though, is down at first for Georgia, and Pierce Purdue is going to try to continue to make the inning continue to work with 2 outs. So Causey exits the game, and now Keys steps in.
Now pitching for Mississippi, number 1, Rashawn Keys.
And Rashawn will try to end the inning here with 2 down. Runner goes. Little blooper out to second. Scooped up, throw to first. Hangs on in time for the out. So they try to hit and run ball. Didn't work, but they do pick up that 2-run shot, and they get the lead. 5-4. We're going to the last inning of play pending the outcome of what happens here. We'll stick around. 5-4 lead. Georgia, Mississippi coming to the plate. Down a run. Need 1 to tie, 2 to play on. Or 1 to play on and 2 to take the lead.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
So a little bit after the hour of 8 o'clock. Good evening, folks. Welcome to Dixie Youth Baseball's World Series 2017, the Ozone Division. We are in our last inning here between Georgia and Mississippi. So if you're tuning in for the Alabama-Florida game, we'll be with that one probably 20, 25 minutes after this one is over. Give them time to clean the field, reline it, get it all ready to go again, as we're running a little bit behind. This game taking a lot longer than expected, as we started at 5:45 and is now 2 hours and 15 minutes plus into this game. Connor Hale, Peyton Perdue, and Nick Green thinking about how they can get a runner aboard and score him, or figure out how to get 2 runs and take the lead back. 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead plus, and then make Georgia bat in the bottom of the 6th. So who uses the 3 outs to their advantage? Can Mississippi do it by scoring a run, or does Georgia take it away on defense? Swing and a miss on the first pitch, strike 1. Hit by a pitch, got on by an error. Scored a run tonight for Connor Hale. Inside tight, 1-1. A 1-1 game, or a 1-run game and a 1-1 count. Inside 2-1. Looks like he's trying to aim that pitch rather than throw that pitch right now. Cameron Stallcup, who was called on a little bit ago, or last inning and a half or so, on the hill for Georgia. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Strike 3 called, and he caught him looking. Big pitch. First out of the inning.
Now batting number 16, Peyton Perdue.
Peyton Perdue grounded to first and got on by a walk. Comes to the plate with 1 out. Needs to put a runner aboard. Swung on and fouled off. Again, Mississippi needs 1 to tie, or this one's done. They led most of the game, and then a big 2-run shot by Dalton Mays changed the scoreboard in favor of Georgia and the lead. 1-1 now is the count. Outside, 2-1. Inside tight, and it'll go 3-1. Three-one count. Purdue steps out. And a walk given up. So the 1 out down to first goes Purdue. So the tying run down at first.
batting number 30, Nick Green.
Nick Green will come to the plate now with a runner at first. And the first pitch is on the corner, called for a strike. Down low, 1-1. Ball and strike. Runner at first. Outside, 2-1. Wayne Causey in the on-deck circle. If Green can do something here. Oh, on the corner, beautiful pitch there, 2-2, and Green knew it. But he didn't swing. That's the sad part about it. 2-2 count now. In the dirt, runner's going to go down to second. Wild pitch, and the count will go 3-2. And now the tying run is out at second. Green trying to put one in the green. Pun intended. Stops out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down. Big strikeout there. So with 2 down, a runner at second, it is all up to Blaine Causey. Struck out looking and a fielder's choice. Georgia 1 out away from pulling this one out with a big 2-run shot from their man Dalton May in the last inning. Off the catcher's glove, down to third. Now a little closer to the plate. You don't want another wild pitch here, that's for sure. Stallcup's going to have to keep that in the glove, no doubt about it. And the catcher going to have to keep it in front of him. Swing, ground ball into right field. That'll score the tying run, and it's 5-5 as Mississippi plates the run on a single by Causey. Now we're all tied up again. With 2 down and a runner at first.
Now batting number 7, Hilton Posey.
Hilton Holsey comes to the plate. Five game, top of 6. Runner aboard for Mississippi. Swung on, runner going. Throw down to second, slides in safely. Oh, the catcher not happy with the call down there as that runner was stealing. It is a strike and a stolen base for Causey. Catcher thought he had him. Rashawn Keys is in the on-deck circle, hoping Mississippi can keep things going. We'll see now if Hosey tries again. Swing and hit into a hit-and-run play with Causey down at second, leading off the bag. 1-1 pitch. coming up here. Outside, 2-1. You don't want to run into that third out. That's one thing you definitely don't want to do. Walking off and getting his composure and back to the hill. Stall Cup looks in, 2-1 count, 2 out, runner at second, all tied up top of the inning. Down low, 3-1. Again, aimed it instead of pitching it. Swung on and fouled off. The shout out is to Heath Burkeen from Will, Cody, and Doreen from Stringer, Mississippi. Go Mississippi. Three-two count on Hosey. Time being called. Both his coaches called timeout, I think at the same time. Maybe not. Maybe Mississippi called the timeout. They go and talk to their batter. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Runner at second. Pitch on the way, swung on, fouled off the screen. Will stay at 3-2. And we'll try it again, 3-2. Pitch on the way. Swung on, pile tipped, back to the screen as he gets a piece of it. And off the screen, all the way back out to the mound. Like I said, very tight netting there on that screen behind the plate. Of course, then you got that brick about, maybe 2 feet up the screen as well on the bottom. Goes for the corner on the outside. Throw down to third. Is thrown into left field. And now the run is going to score. Mississippi's going to take the lead back on a walk and a throwing error. And Mississippi gets it right back by a score of 6-5 on a throwing error by the catcher on a walk. And it's just a play that you shouldn't make. You should have let it go. You got him. You took the base at third. It was a walk. He's going down to first. You make that throw. If you're not right on the money, you throw it into left field. And now your team finds themselves down a run. And it's still not over with 2 outs and a runner at first. Rashawn Keys, who's on the hill for his team right now, is at the plate trying to help himself. The runner at first takes ball 1. The mistakes that have been made drive a coach nuts tonight, that's for sure. Again, you are playing in a double elimination tournament, but it is much easier to come back in the winner's side, or it's much easier to go through in the winner's side than it is the loser's side. Because everybody on the loser's side is playing for their lives when they get into their second game, so to speak. And then any games after that, because one more loss and you're done. 2-0 count now. Stallcup trying to figure out a way to stop this and get his team back to the dugout. Down a run now. 3-0. Runner at first, 2 down. Started out with a strikeout looking, got another strikeout for the second out, but in there, 2 runs have scored. Ball 4. Runners at first and second now. Back-to-back walks. Players coming out to converge and chat a little bit with Stallcup. They know they need just one more out. Then they got to come into the dugout and score 1 to tie, 2 to win. As we approach a little later on, for those of you that were looking for Alabama, Florida, that game will start after this one is finished, and they have time to prepare and get the fields ready for that game. I don't know what's going on down in the field now, but another timeout being called. Charles Sims was due up to the plate. And Hunter Eakes is stepping into the plate. So Eakes is going to come in and bat here in the 6th inning. And out to run for Hosey will be Richards. Each swings and misses at the first pitch. I'm not sure on the rules on the substitutions, how those work, and if you've been in and came out and can you go back in. So I don't know. I think that might have been what the coach might have been asking the umpire. So 6-5 lead with 1 run across the plate. It was very important. Then the 6th run, Causey came across the plate. Now you got runners at first and second with 2 outs. A 1-1 count against Hunter Eakes. And now 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out and got him, and that'll end the inning. So that ends the inning. We now go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-5 lead Mississippi. Georgia needs 1 to tie it and play extras. Mississippi needs 3 outs to end it right here. It's all coming up on JockJive.com.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get to the bottom of the sixth, and we'll see if this is it. We have been at it for quite a while now between these two teams. Over 2 hours and 45 minutes almost. So this is one of those games that just goes and goes and goes. And now they'll see if they can't finish it off. Mississippi needs 3 outs. They'll face the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 of Georgia. Brownwell, Prosnack, and Haram Eckhart, Tim Haram Eckhart, are due up. We'll see if there's any changes, though. They got Adams, Chong, and Garnto on the bench. Reshawn Keys, who came on in the last inning, got the ground out from second to first. We'll try to get the final 3 outs for Mississippi right here. Leading off will be Jake Brownwell, who struck out looking, singled, and scored back in the fourth. Inside for a strike. Way outside, 1-1. Swung on, slow tap, and goes foul, 1-2. Texas beat North Carolina 5-1 in the other game. And the two winners, like I said, will match up against one of these two teams. Will play Texas, and the other will play North Carolina tomorrow at 3:30. Bottom of the sixth inning, 3-2 count. And a walk given up on the first one. Put the tying run aboard for Georgia as Brownwell gets the walk. Tyler Prosnack now to the plate. Prosnack will try to look to put that ball through the infield, move the runner around. Mississippi's going to want to get a chance. You know, they're going to send him down to second on the balk. So now they don't have to worry about it. I mean, the umpire going to explain to the young man about what he did on the hill to cause that balk. So the tying run is at second base. The winning run is at the plate for Georgia. Shows bunt, pulls back, ball one. Will they try to bunt him around to tie the game, or will they try to bunt him and then try to get the winning run on board? Outside, 2-0. And struggling on the hill right now is Rashawn Keys. Lays the bunt down, and it goes foul, 2-1. Green charging hard from third. I mean, he's really coming in there quick. Tim Haram Eckert is in the on-deck circle. Again, bunted foul, and now he won't be able to bunt. 2-2. You bunt foul again, and you're out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a 6-5 lead. 6th inning, bottom of the 6th, Georgia. Tying run at second, winning run at the plate. Ground ball towards short. Moves the runner to third. The out is taken care of on the fielder's choice. 6-3, out number 1. But now the tying run down at third. This is what they wanted to do, so Rosnack does his job. Now Tim Haram Eckert will need to do his job. Haram Eckert 0 for 2 tonight. Swung on again, slow rolling grounder. They're going to come home. Tag put on. Oh, they say he slid under the tag. Safe. High ball game. 6-6. Fielder's choice. Runner will be safe at first. They've tied it up. Now the winning run sits over at first base. So they don't get the out at home. I mean, they went home kind of on a sacrifice.
Batting number 11, Nick Eckert.
And now it's back to the top. Haram Eckert. Nick swings off the handle, popped up first base. Oh, off the glove, off the pitcher's glove. They'll have to race to the bag. Nobody. Throw down to second because he had to leave late because it was in the air. They'll get the second out there, but there'll be a runner safe at first. Interesting play. It really goes E3 and then 1-6. How you would score that in your book. Out at second will be Tim Haram Eckert. Nick Haram Eckert safe at first, and here's Landon Beal now with 2 outs and a runner aboard in a tie ball game. Threw the ball away almost. Good stop over there at first base by Purdue. They have to be careful. They want this run. They can win the ball game if they can score him. He's going to go. Throw down to second is going to be off the mark. Bounces, but backed up. You knew he was going. Why they didn't call for a pitch out, I don't know. 1-0. Now Nick Haram Eckert down at second base. Landon Beal with a 1-0 count. Landon batting from the left side. You can squeeze it through the grass. You know that Haram Eckert's got wheels. They turn around to fire. Nobody there. Boy, as a coach, I'm saying don't even attempt that spin move. You throw that ball into center field, that kid's home. Swung on, popped up into left field. Throw coming to the plate, slides in, he's safe. And that is going to be the ball game, but hurt. At the plate is one of the Mississippi players. Haram Eckert scores. That makes it an 8-7 lead, or 7-6. And that may be a final. We don't have it yet. A player injured down on the field, and I'm not sure who got injured on that play. I want to say that's Causey, but it's the catcher who's ever catching at this point. It's not Causey. Is it still Steinwinder, who's been having trouble all night? Haram Eckert slides into him. The umpire calls him safe. I believe that's going to be our final, folks. And Georgia's going to come back and win this game by a score of 7-6. So congratulations to Georgia. They do what they need to do in the bottom of the sixth. 2 times tonight they were down. They got the lead, got tied back up Mississippi, and Georgia gets the final run there, and they win it 7-6. So congratulations to Georgia. Georgia wins this one. Our next game coming up in just about 20-25 minutes. That's going to do it for us right here from Chocoloco Park. Georgia 7, Mississippi 6 final in the Ozone. Another game coming up in about 20-25 minutes, folks. Stick around right here at JockJive.com.